What's up everyone, I'm Justin with 702pros.com. In this video, I'm going to be giving a tutorial on how to create a mobile menu in Elementor. So actually you need Elementor and Elementor Pro on top of a WordPress framework. If you don't have WordPress and you want instructions on how to create a WordPress website, I'll do another video on that. This video is if you already have WordPress, you can get the Elementor plugin, and then you need to purchase Elementor Pro on top of Elementor to create this header. So I have another video that covers how to create just the header basically for desktop. That can work for mobile. This one's gonna be really specific just for mobile versions of your header area. All right, so let's get started. We're gonna go into a screencast. It's gonna be a tutorial on the computer, and we're gonna get started right now. All right, guys, what's up? So we're on the computer right now, and we're gonna get started on creating a mobile menu for our Elementor website. So if you don't have Elementor and Elementor Pro already installed, go ahead and do that. I'm gonna have the links below so you can add those in. I would do those steps first. So Elementor is free. I'm gonna have the link below. And the Elementor Pro is a paid version. So I'll have the link to that as well. So let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna do is go into the back end of our dashboard of the website. And I'm gonna right click this and duplicate. So right click and then left click duplicate. If I right click the tab at the top, it does that. And then go to the front end of your website, just so you have both versions. So we have back end and front end. And this is how I create the mobile menu. So I'm gonna go into, or the mobile header. I think we already have one set up, but you're gonna go into the back end, go to templates, just hover over that, and then go to theme builder. After that, you're going to go to your header type. And then if you don't have a header created, watch my video on how to create a header in Elementor. I think it's called create a menu or header, but I have the links to that, or I'll have one of the at the top of this video. Just take a look. It'll say like create a menu with Elementor, because we already created that video, so you can take a look at it. If you don't already have that created, you're going to add or watch that video, create the header, and then once you have it created, come here and go back to edit your header. So you're going to hover over your main header that you created, and then let's just go click edit with Elementor, and it's going to bring you to the back end. So as you can see here, I have my top section. You might not have that. And then I have my desktop header that you're seeing on the front here. And then I already created a mobile header. So don't worry about this. I'm actually gonna remove this for right now. I'm gonna remove that for right now. And then what we're going to do is, let me think of how to explain this. So this is our desktop header. And if I click on that section, some people will create both of their headers in one section and they'll hide different elements. I like to create two different sections. So we'll call this, in here we'll call this desktop. So how I got this up is, I'll just show you how you got navigate. If you right click the screen and then click navigator, you'll have your different sections. So you can go and hide a section and it'll show you like which section that is. So it's making this one disappear, so I know it's that one. So I can call this notification you can rename it. So I just double clicked on that section, and then you can name it notification notification, and then we'll call this one desktop header. So you have to double or click or triple click desktop header, and you can get even more crazy. You can make a header, a desktop header, a tablet header, a mobile header. You can make it for different sizes if you want. So desktop, and then this is our the mobile header that I already created. So that's mobile. I'm just going to hide that for right now. And then we're going to create, well, I'll keep it up just so I can, as a reference. So we're going to create a new section. So you can click, hold, and drag this navigator tab to wherever you want. I usually just put it over to the right so it's not in the way. So right now I'm going to click the plus. Or actually you can go to this one because we're probably just going to use some elements from here anyway. So you go into here, hover over the dots at the top of the section and right click and then duplicate. And then you're going to drag that down. Yours will already be underneath, so you probably don't have to worry about it. Now, one thing you want to do, because if I go to the front end right now, let's take a look. I'm going to have, see, I have both of these headers that I just created. I have this one, and then I have this one. So Elementor put in some cool responsive visibility things, so you can make things invisible based on the screen size. So right now, if I go to this section, and that's where I do the visibility controls on the section level, because doing it on each one of these elements, I think is harder to keep track of. It's just a little easier to create two different sections and make those contingent on the screen size. So click the section, go to advanced, and then go down to responsive. Right now, this is showing on desktop, and then it's hidden on tablet and mobile. And this guy, during the development, you want to keep it visible. So we'll go to, click on this guy, go to advanced, and then responsive. You want to keep it visible on desktop while you're developing the mobile menu. Because if I make it hidden, it'll hide it here. So you really can't even work on anything while it's hidden. But when it goes live, you're going to have to hide it. So that's just something to keep in mind. You're going to have to hide it when it goes live. But when you're working on it, you can do it like that. Yeah, that's fine. When you're working on it, you want these all to be shown, right? Okay, so let's start to, so now that we have the visibility controls set up, just so we can work on this mobile menu, we're going to start building it. So for this menu, we're going to get rid of this, because on a mobile, we'll take a look on a mobile. You're probably going to want to turn that into like one of the burger menus. Let's see, duplicate. I'll show you how it looks. So if you have your tab or your Chrome tab open and it's not full width of the screen, you can hover over the side of it and then stretch it so you can see how it'll look on mobile. Right now, both of these are hiding, so it's hard to see. Let's go back to the back end. And we're going to make this one we already made this one, but you just have to update that. So if you make these all visible on your mobile menu while you're working on it, you can see how this, because this one's being hidden. I already had that set, so it's hidden on mobile and tablet. So if we refresh this mobile menu, it'll show for all screen sizes. So now that's our mobile menu that we're that we're working on. And that's how you can view it. You can also pull it up on your phone as well. All right, so I'm just gonna take that off and go back to the back end of Elementor where you're working, and then you want to rename this. So we duplicated it. It duplicates the name too, just so you don't get confused. So mobile header, this is my alternate one, so I'm just going to call it alternate, and then click off. Now we're going to delete this, just like I was showing you. It doesn't really fit, so we're going to put an icon there. Let's delete that. And then if you see on the one that I already created, I put the logo in the middle. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to click, hold, and drag this guy, and I'm going to move this widget over into this column. So I have 3 columns on this one. I'm going to move that there. And then we're going to make sure that this is aligned to the center vertically or horizontally. So you want to do that on the column level. If I click this little square box, that'll open up my column settings. And then I go over to the left panel under layout, and then horizontal alignment, I'm going to click center, and that will center it. Another thing, we probably don't want this overlay on mobile, so we're going to adjust this one. If yours isn't overlaying, you don't have to worry about this step. I'm just going to do that for me, because we put a negative margin on it, so overlaid. So if you want to overlay a logo on your website, you just give it a negative margin. So the next thing we want to do is start to add in some of these icons. So we have the burger menu, which will pop up our mobile menu, because this is a header. Now that burger menu will pop up the mobile menu. So one thing we should do is go to this column level, and let's make this a little bit smaller, because it doesn't need to be that size. So I'm going to click where the logo is and adjust that to whatever you guys want, but I'm going to adjust mine to probably, let's say 25. 25. Let's make these all 33.33. I just want them all to be even. So this one, I'm going to go 33, and then you can copy this and go to this one, go to this one, make that one 33 as well. So they're all 33. And then if you need to adjust it after looking at it on mobile, if it's not working, you can make those adjustments. Okay, so on mobile, I'm probably going to remove this button. So go down here and delete that. Right click and delete. And then on the mobile menu, I have this on the left. I mean, we can leave it there. So I already have these icons for mine, but I'm going to show you how to make these. So let's just delete these guys. If you wanted to do an icon, for instance. So this is whatever you want to do. Let's just make a basic one, because this one is a little more advanced. I'm going to delete this column, because this isn't practical probably for most sites. This is probably more of an advanced site. So we're going to go in and make these two 50%. So 2 columns, 50%, icon on the left. Let's actually align this one to the start. So I'm going to hit this column where the logo is, and then go to horizontal alignment and then start. And then we're going to add a column. We're going to add a burger menu icon to this one. So to do that, you click in this column, go to your widgets, and then type in icon. And then you're going to find this one with the star. Click, hold, and drag into the column. And then we want this aligned to the right. because if this one's centered and this one's left, it's going to look a little weird. So let's align that one to the right, and it just does it. It'll do it automatically once I click align right. So to change the star to a burger, we're going to click on the star over here in an icon, and then you're going to type in bar, and then click the bars one. You can put whatever icon you want. There's a ton of icons in there. This is the most standard, so we're just going to use that one. And then one thing you're probably going to want to do is change the size and the color. So let's change the size first. So if you're not already on the icon, click the icon, go over to style, and then the color I'm going to change to white, but you can change it to whatever color you want. And then the size, I'm going to go with 28. And then one thing with these icons is they put space on the bottom. I don't know if you see that. See how the blue line, there's like this extra space? I always give it a negative margin because there's something going on with this icon. So click on the widget, go to advanced, unlink the margins so it zeroes them all out, and then click down. I believe it's -7 that I usually do. Oh, it's a little bit more on this one. Okay, -10. Now that's perfectly aligned in the center there. I mean, that's not a huge deal, but it's just something to think about. Okay, so now that we have our bar, let's update this just so we don't lose it, and then we'll take a look on the front end. So I already had this up, so I'm going to refresh this. And we already have this looking a little bit better. For some reason, this is off, so we're going to adjust this. Okay, so the issue that we're having, why we are seeing this like this, and it's going down to this bottom section, because we have to give, these columns are both 100% on mobile because it automatically does that. So we have to go to responsive. From here, you're going to go to responsive, this little where it shows a computer, click that, and then go down to mobile. And these aren't our 50% anymore, they changed. So you're going to go to column here and make that 50. And then you're going to go to this column and make this, it'll go to layout and then 50. And then for some reason, this is all the way on the edge, and I don't want that. So let's go to the column level, advanced. Yeah, for some reason this was changed. So let's just give it a left and right padding of 20. I'm going to give it a little bit more, 20. Let's give it 30. 30 and then 30 to the left. So that's looking a little bit better, so we'll update that. And then let's go back to our front end and see how it looks. Cool. So that's looking a little bit better. Now, if you see there's more space on the bottom, I know that's small, but that was that negative margin thing I was doing. So I'm going to redo that. But you typically want to go to the desktop level, because everything else from here on out besides those columns should trickle down to the different sizes. So if I give this icon a negative margin on desktop, which I know doesn't matter because this is a mobile menu, but if I give it a negative margin on desktop, it's going to get that negative margin on tablet and mobile, unless otherwise specified. So I'm guessing someone went into this menu, because I'm not the only one working on this. They gave some stipulations for mobile, even though I like to create a new one. I think someone else was working on that part. Okay, so I'm just going to give this a negative margin. So I'm clicking the icon and giving it a negative margin. And it's -10. So if I update that, go back over here. That space should be fixed. Yeah, so now it's pretty accurate right in the middle. All right, cool. Okay, so this is a basic menu, and that's all we're gonna go with. But right now, as you can see, if I go to the mobile menu and I click this, nothing is happening. So we want this to pop up something when someone clicks it. So in order to do that, we're gonna go back to the back end of WordPress, leave this page open, and do another tab. So go over to, you have your home screen open that up, then go back to the dashboard. Then you're going to go down to templates, pop-ups, and then we're going to create a new pop-up. And this pop-up, I would typically name it mobile or main mobile menu pop-up. Okay, main mobile menu pop-up, and then create. Okay, so I'm not going to select any of these templates. I'm just going to make one from scratch here. So you can style this however you want. Now this pop-up, to style the entire pop-up, not the elements within, you're going to go down to the gear in the bottom left. And then you can give this a width of whatever you want. So this is pixels. I usually go to view width, and then I can give it whatever width I want. For this one, I'm probably going to do 100%. So 100 view width. That's 100. This is like a percentage. If I go down to 90, it would be 90% of the view width. So I clicked, instead of the PX, I clicked VW, which means view width. Next, you're going to do the height. Let's do fit to screen. That should be it. And then you can do, if you're doing 100, full height, full width, you don't have to worry about the positioning. But say you wanted it to be 50%, you would probably position it to the right with a menu like this. Wherever that burger is, it should come from that. But we're gonna do middle, and then don't worry about that. And then if it's 100%, you don't have to worry about an overlay. I typically leave the close button on, and then we can give it an entrance animation. So if I want it to fade in, I can do that. I like, for these, the slide I think looks good. So if I slide in up, and then I can slide maybe out, down, might look cool. And then I typically give this a little bit less than 1, let's say 0.8 second duration. So it's fast, but not too fast. They could still see the animation a little bit. Okay, so that's good. I do like to change this icon a little bit. So let's, the close button, let's change that to a little bit bigger, and maybe 28. Probably about the same as our the burger menu. And I'm probably going to do even more of an advanced one, because I've made some really cool menus with this. This is just a really basic one. Okay, so for our menu, now essentially you can build this however you want, just how we built the header. But let's pull in something from our header. So I'm going to go back to the header, and I'm going to take this element that I already created. I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to paste it in here. So that's the benefit of having a couple templates open. You can pull elements from each one. So copy this, and you're going to go over to the widget, right click it, copy, left click, copy, then right click the screen and paste. And you're not going to see it because the background's white and the text is white. So one thing I didn't go over is go back to styling this pop-up and go to the gear. And then you're going to go to style and then go to the pop-up. And then you can give it a background. If you want it to be white, you can leave it white. I'm going to make mine black for this instance. And then one thing I have to do is change the close button. I want that to be white as well. So we're going to go to the left panel, close button, and then color is going to be white. All right, cool. One thing you might also want to do is pull in a logo if you like. You could style this however you want though. So I just went back to the logo, right clicked, copied, and then I'm going to paste it in. And sometimes when you click on an element and you paste, it goes below it. So you're going to have to drag this back below. A little finicky sometimes. And then I want to align this to the center. So I'm going to click here, horizontal align, center. And then I probably want to give some space to this guy. So I'm going to click on this guy, go to advanced. Let's give it a margin to the bottom of, let's say 40, 35, maybe 30. Yeah. And then we want to give a margin to the top of this. So we could do it from the pop-up level. I'm just going to do it from here just for the sake of time. So click here, advanced, in the section, that blue box. And then I'm going to give padding to this entire element. I'm going to give, well, let's just link it, and we'll give 25. And then I probably want to give a little bit more to the top. So let's make that 40, and then bottom will be 40. On that, oops, 25, bottom will be 40. And then this, we're going to want to make that in a line, a horizontal or vertical line. So to do that, you're going to click on this. If you're using an icon list like I was, you're going to go to icon list. That's how I build my menus in my header. You can also do this with menus. If you're using the nav min, you can do that as well. So click on this widget, and then you're going to, instead of inline, you're going to go to default, and it'll pull it in like that. And then you probably want to give this a little bit of separation, and I probably would take out these long lines. So let's do that. Do you see how this is full width? In order, if you still wanted those lines to appear when someone clicks it underneath, the pointer lines, you can leave those. You just have to click on this widget, go to advanced, and then go to positioning. And then the width, you're going to do inline. And then this guy, I think he's inline, so we're going to undo that one. So now if I hover over, it's not too crazy, and it's still in there. But I probably want to add some more spacing to these guys. So we're going to go here, styling, and then space between. Yeah. If you just adjust that, you can adjust it to whatever you want. So there. Some other elements that I would probably add into a nav menu. If I had a little more time in this video, I would. But probably information like your phone number, locations to your office, stuff like that. Now, if you want a video on an in-depth, because all nav menus are going to be different. But those are typical things that I add. But as a minimum, I would probably add this. And this isn't about styling a menu. If you want one on really cool styling, I'll do something if I get some requests for it. Okay, so after you're done and you're happy with how this looks, you're going to go to publish. And then you don't have to give this a condition at all. Let's just publish and then save and close. And then you're going to go back to your header template and refresh this because it's not going to have that pop-up in here yet unless you refresh the page. So to do that, I press F5, or you can right-click the tab with your mouse and then reload, or you can click this guy and that'll reload the page. Okay, so we want to add that pop-up menu, and we want it to be activated by this button. So we're going to click this widget, and then over on link, you're not going to type in a link here. You're going to go to dynamic tags. Click dynamic. It's this little coin, like looks like a stack of coins. So click that and then scroll down, and you're going to find actions pop up, and then you're going to select the wrench over on the left. Leave open pop-up as the action, and then you're going to type in your pop-up name. So this one was main mobile menu pop-up. So that's my name. And then after you add that, you're good to go. You're going to update. And then let's drag in our mobile version right here. And then you're going to click here, and then you got your menu. And it'll look the same on mobile. If you pull up this, I don't know if this draft site's going to be around forever, but you can go to my website. It does something pretty similar. I'll show you. On 702 Pros, we made it the same way. So I've made a number of sites like this. Actually, the 702 Pros one is pretty cool. If I click it, it's working the same way, but it's styled a little bit differently. If I click on this guy, it changes into an X, but actually it's a pop-up. It just makes it look like it changed. It was a little bit of styling, so it was a little more advanced, but these are the things that you can do with it. So you can get, if you go to 702 Pros on mobile, you can view how this is working. And then we'll go back to this guy. So it looks pretty cool. All right, so I'm pretty happy with this. A couple other things that you're going to want to do is let's check our visibility before we're done. So we're going to go here. And you can also go to the front end of the site. So I would just copy this, open up a new tab, and then paste and delete that stuff. Just go to the main site. Now we have the two menus. So what we want to do is remove our mobile menu, this bottom one, from desktop. And then the desktop menu should only be showing on desktop, so we should be good. But we'll take a look at it. So desktop menu is this one. We're going to go to, or click on the section. That's where I always do visibility controls. So here, and then we're going to go to responsive, and then it's showing on desktop. If that's not blue, it's showing, right? So it's hidden on tablet and it's hidden on mobile. So if I go down to this mobile menu and I click on the section, go to advanced, go to responsive, this one's showing on all three. So it's showing on desktop and it's showing on tablet. So if I click not showing on desktop and I update, you should be good to go. So if I go here, now we're just showing the mobile menu. And if I bring this screen over, I could show you how it's, sometimes when you stretch it, it might be a little weird, but let's see. Yeah, see how it does that, but let me refresh. Okay, now it's working. Because not a lot of people are going to stretch their screen like this. Only people that are doing development. So I wouldn't really worry about problems with that. But as you can see, we have the desktop version working. If you go to desktop and then refresh, you can see it working. Or I mean mobile. And then if I go to a desktop view and then refresh, and then if I go to like a tablet, this is probably tablet. Yeah, right here is tablet. So this looks fine. We're still having that issue with the padding. So it's good to adjust your screen, refresh, and see what's going on. And then also we have this issue that we have to fix. This site, just so you know, is currently in development. It's on our development site, Pinfiber. So we do all of our development through there. So it's not live. I mean, someone could go here, but they haven't this, like, you would have to have this link to go to the site. But we're still working on some of the dev. So like the tablet view and the mobile view. The mobile view looks fine. The tablet view is sometimes we need to go back and fix. So you have to go to all those different levels and fix those things. And that's just getting familiar with responsive design, Elementor specifically as well. But so that was creating a mobile menu. I hope this helped. Hope it cleared up some questions. And if you want to do a more advanced one, let me know. I also have a video on mega menus, how to create a mega menu with Elementor, a really cool way to do that, and then how to create your desktop menu as well. You probably want to watch that one before this one. So if you watch this video and you're like, oh, okay, well, how do I create the regular one? Go back to 702 Pros in YouTube, and you can watch that video as well. And I think I'll probably have something above here. All right, so thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like videos on WordPress tutorials or Elementor or marketing or business development, please consider subscribing to our channel, hitting the notification bell, leave a comment and a like if you like this. And then I hope to see you soon, and we'll be back with some really great videos. All right, see you next time.